Hello everybody, it's Raven, and yes, we are doing live streams again, yay! And I'm here with Enterprise E and his ship, so tell me all about it, mate.
Well, this is my attempt at recreating the Credum Imperium temporal ship, as seen in the Voyager episode Year of Hell. It's a ship that in Voyager was designed to essentially remove anything it touches with its weapon from history itself. So
nice.
It never existed, so anything that happened because of it never happened.
That's pretty meta, in a good way.
Yeah, but on Starmade, I'm not going to remove them from history, I'm just happy with vaporizing enemies, using its
That's a
powerful
fair
weapon.
Point.
Earlier this week I did a bit of a test on Yelby's mother duck ship that he's got.
Right.
In a matter of seconds it got through the shields and made a hole from going clean through the head.
Well done. Alright, got a cool little... I like the front end. I like how you got this whole taper bit to go. I think I might have a chunk error, but that's alright. Yeah, well, let's see here. So I'm assuming that if I go right here, I'm in the firing line. Yeah, probably. Or I'm like in the gun. So let's not do that actually, now that I think about it. So are you planning to add other colors, or are we going gray on this one? And it looks like he may have dropped. Hold on. So on the video you'll probably see a cut here, reminding myself right now to cut here. Let's see here. Well, I can go ahead anyway, so thinking it's kind of gray. And I'm thinking that obviously this will probably get covered up eventually, I would assume. Looks like it's just missing wedges and all. And the design's really good. The sphere's done really well. But oh, it's gray. It's so very gray. It needs some detail work on the grayness, pretty much, as far as I can tell. And switching out some of the lights, the blue lights for crystal, might not necessarily be a bad thing. And I put a hole. Oops. My bad. He doesn't need to know about that. Shh. Let's see here. It's really just gray. It needs detailing patterns here and there. Something to kind of give the line of the ship a little bit more. And probably detailing going from the front towards the back. You know, make a line that way, as opposed to wide. I don't think it needs width. It looks like there's one turret missing, which is fine. It's probably just an error, and that happens. So if that gets rectified, these right here could use some wedge work, little tricks. Yeah, and getting the lights inset just a little bit more would probably really benefit the overall shape, I think. Looks like the bottom doesn't have a turret mount, while the top does. Don't know if that's intentional or not. But yeah, it's a good shell. It just needs cut-in details, which is kind of a pain, because it means that the stuff that you've already done you need to cut into a little bit, but it kind of needs it. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into build mode and check out the interior if I'm not that far away. Let's see, see, crystals in here. Use those crystals. Let's see, we got the typical Enterprise E setup for weapons, computers, etc. Let's zoom down here. Okay, so that ends right there. It's a potential weak spot, but I think it's okay. And he is back, thankfully. Alright, there we go. Gotcha.
Computer decided to crash on me.
No worries. I've been reviewing your ship in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm relogging as we speak.
Alright, well, I'm just looking at it, and the things that really jump out at me are... It's a really solid shell, but it could use some line work in detailing. Just to make it elongated a little bit. Nothing major.
Yeah,
just
I'm
little...
still working on that part.
Right, just little parts. And the shadowing that you have because of the wedging is good. But trying to get them all to go in a single direction, you know, just because it looks really nice, but that bit, you know, the big center ball, the really big one,
yeah,
ends up being a bit of a blunt sort of force for the whole direction of the ship. And you don't have to get rid of that at all. It's just a little bit of line work on there, detailing around it to make your eye just sort of follow in a different way, you know, to make it slide past there. But it's got a really nice look to it as is. I'm not discounting that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it looks like my ship have realigned itself a little bit.
Yeah, might have. I don't know.
Although, if you want to see the weapons on this thing firing it just into open space, then this is actually quite good.
Well, we can do that. Hold on, let me get to a good spot here. Alright,
Yeah, it'll be
give it a
firing
go.
in front through that glass part.
Yep. Ready whenever.
I'm firing as we speak.
Ah, it's not appearing for me. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, it happens.
What about this? Did you see those cannons?
No. Couldn't tell you why.
That's weird.
Let me,
if I realign it might work.
I'm gonna tab F6 in the meantime. Get everything to reload. It'll work a lot better, hopefully. Because I'm seeing some stuff that's missing on one part.
Chunk errors, maybe.
Well, that's what I thought it was, but these don't look like your average chunk errors. It looks like it might be where there was a collision or something.
Oh, you mean in the lines at the front?
Yeah.
For example. Yeah, because when those pirates turned up earlier,
Yeah.
some of them flew straight through that.
Nice. Alright, here, I'm gonna come back here just a little bit. Yeah, feel free to hit C on it. You should be okay.
I don't want to shoot anything with this weapon though, because of how powerful it actually is.
Yeah, but you can hit C and just aim just
do it
above the little
manually, just to be
sigil.
on the safe side.
Alright.
And I'll aim to the side of the lineup marker.
Oh, I'm not worried about the lineup marker. It was just there for a minute.
Yeah, as in the lineup starts here thing.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Took me less than a second, less than 30 seconds to make, so.
If you want to see me destroy it,
go for it. Huh. Well, right now it's invisible beams, but it seems to do the job.
yeah, does a lot of damage.
Fair point. So.
And it does have 100% overdrive system built in.
Of course.
Power self-sufficient in that respect.
Very nice. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Let's check out your interior real quick, because that's where I was at.
Not much of an interior, yeah. The smaller sphere is just solid systems, like power and shields. The bigger sphere, there's only the middle deck has anything on it at the moment.
Now, does a smaller sphere not have wedges in certain spots? Because I can see power and shields sticking out.
Yet.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a chunk error.
The sphere is nowhere near done.
Okay, let's drop down here. Alright. Okay, so typical way that you do stuff, which is always nice.
Just different lighting.
Yeah, I would... I would almost... Where you have the two crystals, right? In between... And then you have the light in the middle, right? Between the two crystals that has the hull in the middle. I'd almost suggest putting a different color hull there. Just to break up the hallways just a little. And only putting a wedge at the top of that area, because then it'll be like little frames as if they were blast doors, and that could be really kind of nice looking. And it doesn't have to be everywhere, but you know, places where blast doors would be, you know, where it leads to the exterior or out into the hull or out into space. Definitely do a series of blast doors there, because it makes sense. If that ruptured all of a sudden, well, your ship is now, you know, kind of a vacuum.
Yeah, although The reason I chose this ship is because in the Voyager episode where it actually appeared, it was like kept about a little bit out of sync with the rest of the universe, time-wise.
Right.
Meaning conventional weapons did absolutely nothing to it.
Right.
Which is why it's so powerful against Voyager, because it nearly destroys Voyager.
Fair
Until
point.
Captain Janeway did a kamikaze run and destroyed this ship instead, and undid everything it did.
Well, nevertheless, blast doors are still a good idea. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll see what I can
It doesn't take long to do. It's just if you know, if you do 3 like every other hull block, so like if you've got the door and then you go in one set of lighting and then another set of lighting and then do a blast door there, one set of lighting, another set of lighting, blast door there, do like 3 of those, it doesn't even have to be a blast door, it just looks like a frame, it's not an actual door, if you know what I mean.
Just something to break it up a bit, make it look a little bit.
Because the problem ends up being that then your interior, well, what it does is it makes your interior look less homogeneous and broken up a little bit.
Yeah.
And like I know how you do with interiors, you start with gray and then you slowly build onto it and all. And I'm thinking that if you add that, at least in certain key points, it'll make that building onto it a lot easier because you'll already have something in the wall.
Yeah.
It's just like cut-in detailing. You know, you can detail the if you already have a shell like this and then you only put detail on top of it, you know, it looks good, but it could look a lot better if you know, let lines cut in and everything like that. And it's kind of tricky to do, and it takes a long time to do, which is why a lot of people don't do it. Not saying you, just I'm saying in general, a lot of people don't like to do it for that reason.
I know what you mean.
And it really can make a big difference if you do it. So
yeah,
anyway.
with the detailing, I've still got a lot to do.
Yeah, but it's a really nice shell to begin with, I will say.
Yeah, those spheres were done by eye, no guides or anything.
That's pretty impressive, considering the fact that I suck at that sort of thing.
Also, the circular bits at the front, those were also in the same manner.
Nice. Alright, well, these are pretty
I do have a
nice.
slight advantage of having an actual model of this ship in real life next to me right now.
Fair point.
That's how I've managed to get some of the details I've done so far. Like you see on the bigger ring on the top there, where the weapons are.
Yeah.
Where those blue bits are. Though that I got the actual model of that part of it in particular. I just looked at that really
Yeah, I would
carefully.
almost suggest for that area, and I'm not trying to put a hamper on anything, I'd almost suggest switching out some of those lights for crystal. And the primary reason behind that is because they have, I mean, the closest that you get to connected textures, you don't have the frames in the way.
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably do that within the next hour.
Yeah, because most of the time, you know, for lights work. It makes sense, right? But with stuff like that, it looks more like what it would be a single light, right? A light bar or something.
Yeah.
Then, you know, that might work. I would almost suggest doing the same for the weapon grouping, but I don't know. I like it the way it is, but maybe test it and see if you like it, right? If it works,
I've
cool.
just done it
If
in a way
not,
that makes it
whatever.
actually canon within Star Trek itself,
Exactly.
with,
Thankfully,
like, placement and everything.
yeah. I'm just thinking that if you switch the center one, your weapons output area, into crystal instead of the light blocks as well, it might work. I don't know, because I kind of like it as it is, but it'll get rid of those frames and look like a single barrel as opposed to a whole bunch of little crisscross things. It's kind of a tough sell, you know? And maybe it's going to be some sort of mixture, and I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Other than that, I mean, it's got a really nice look to it. The only other thing that I saw that might be something you can do, and I know for you scaling's a big thing, but at the very back, your little tendrils with the lights on them, they're awesome.
Not finished yet.
Right. I was just thinking the lights need to be a little bit more inset, obviously, because, or at least it looks like they should be, just a little bit more inset, and so that there's a little bit of shadow, so that they shine through that shadow.
Yeah, once I've done with those bits, because you see the vertical ones, it's meant to be like that for all of them.
Okay.
It's the same with the bits on the front that are vertical. For the
I
other
gotcha.
ones going angle. It's like that, so there's 6 of each of them.
Oh, okay, so I actually was looking at that backwards. Alright.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, that'll be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this took me a while so far, but I am satisfied with the amount of firepower.
Now, is there meant to be 2 turrets on it? Or what seems to be 2 turrets? Or is that a ship up top? Yeah.
It's a docking area, because there's a bit on that goes on there, but I'm thinking of having it as a natural docking area in a shuttlecraft.
Okay.
So
That would make sense too.
The design.
Alright, yeah. No, it looks good, it's just...
With my Nebula class.
Yeah, that might work, and especially if you double it up so that there's one on the bottom too.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing.
Alright. Coolio.
The actual pylons there will be filled with engine.
Right.
As it is, this already has 100% overdrive.
Right.
But it hasn't got enough engine power yet.
Gotcha.
Because it's got mass of 27k, thrust of only 19.7k.
Gotcha, so she's kind of a slow lumbering beast.
Slow, but packs a punch.
Fair point.
As
Alright.
you saw by what happened to your sign.
Well, yeah. Admittedly, that sign wasn't exactly well constructed. Let's be honest here, but yeah.
With Zero's pirates, a couple of them attacked me a few days ago. 1 second each, they were dead.
Fair point.
This.
Alright.
And I'd already cut a hole clean through each one of them.
Alright, awesome. So, I think we've got a few more, so I'm going to move on, but this is an awesome first look at this one. So, can I get the name of the ship again?
Krenim Imperium Temporal Ship.
Right. What he said. Awesome ship, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one once it's been completed.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Alright. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I will see you again next time.